Today, we're going to take a look at the latest hot trend among art collectors, Aboriginal art from Australia. My guest today is Sandra Ellis, who's the owner and curator of Pine Lake Museum of Aboriginal Art. Welcome to the program. Thank you. First, why do you think Aboriginal art has become so popular? Well, one reason is that it's very old. The Aboriginal people, they are the original native Australians. They live far from civilization and they had very little contact with outsiders. So they maintained their culture and their art for generations. You can go to remote areas in Australia and see rock carvings that date back at least 30,000 years. And you can look at the paintings today, and these are done by the direct descendants of the prehistoric people, and you will see the same images, the same symbols used in the art today. They survived for thousands of years. I understand the art is connected to the belief system of the people in some way. Yes, to understand the art, you need to know a little bit about the beliefs of the Aboriginal people. The paintings refer to what they called the dream times. And what is that? The dream time refers to the time when, according to the Aboriginal people, the world was created and mythical figures, spirits, and animals wandered around the earth. People have stories about these figures and what they did. They didn't have a written language, so the stories were passed down from generation to generation, and the old people used the art as a way of telling the stories to the younger people. That's why most of the artists are older people. They've memorized the stories. Through the art, the people kept the story alive. What does a typical Aboriginal painting look like? Well, you have different local styles, but what you really see is lots of lines and dots and circles, so the effect is quite abstract and usually quite colorful. But you'll notice shapes and symbols that recur again and again. For example, there's a snake, which may represent water or river snaking through deserts. Other figures might represent animals or people. Some paintings look almost like maps. They show a particular place with waterholes and hills and camps even. These kinds of paintings are about the dream time story that happened in a particular place, but some of them also give information about the place, like locations, waterholes and trails and so on. I see, but the important thing is that for the artist, the art itself, the product is really not important. It's the doing of the art, the process that's important. Traditionally, the paintings was done as part of the ceremony, and they were done as body painting or on the ground, and then they were washed away, and they were temporary. It's only recently, since the 1970s in fact, that the art has ever been done on canvas or paper so that it can be kept and collected. But it's still the process, really, that matters to the artists. And yet their work now sells to tens of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of dollars? Yes. One major painting sold for nearly 500,000 recently. There are artists, the cooperatives all over Australia, and collectors come from all over the world now. But 30 years ago, you couldn't give the paintings away. It's only been recently that the art and the culture really has to become recognized and valued for what it is.